Today I'm going to be making my whole roast chicken Thai green curry tray bake. One tray, a whole chicken, veg and that Thai green curry flavour running through the lot. Let's get cooking, and we're going to start by making our Thai green curry paste. Really easy to make, it's very, very tasty, and the great thing is you can batch make this. It will keep in the fridge in an airtight container for up to 4 weeks, or as I do, I put it into bits of cling film, wrap it up and chuck it in the freezer and then portion it out as and when I need it. So you're going to need yourself a food processor. I'm using my little mini one today, and into the food processor I'm putting 1 shallot, 2 sticks of lemongrass, which I've just diced, although they're going to be chopped up even more, 1 centimetre piece of ginger, 2 garlic cloves crushed. Here I've got 1 large green chilli and then 2 small finger chilies, and I have deseeded 2 of them and left the seeds in 1. Now again, you alter this. If you want this a hotter curry, add more chili, leave the seeds in it, or alternatively, just take some out. Make it as hot or as mild as you want. 1 teaspoon of roasted cumin powder and coriander powder. Here I've got a teaspoon of galangal paste. You can leave that out. The ginger will also do a very similar job, but I like that hit of umami in here, and I like a double hit of it too. To that, we're going to add the juice of a lime and the zest of the same lime. I want a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm using fish sauce, but you could replace this with shrimp paste, which is very authentic. Entirely your call. And I'm going in with about a tablespoon of that. Put your lid on and give it a good blitz until it's a nice paste. That's it. Once it's at that stage, this is the time I like to add in my coriander, and I've got a massive bunch of it there. I like plenty of coriander, and this is what's going to give it that nice green colour that we know Thai green curry paste is. Obviously Thai green curry paste. That's it. That should be us done. Let's have a little look at it. Just get a spoon so you can see that consistency. It's still a little bit chunky. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want it too smooth. That looks absolutely perfect. So with our curry paste now made, we can move on, make our sauce, and also attend to the chicken. You need to preheat your oven at this stage to 180°C fan, to a pan here, an oven-proof pan, or dish or tray, whatever you're going to use. You want some oil in there. And I'm going in again with 1 shallot, which I've just diced. If you haven't got a shallot, just use a standard white or red onion. Doesn't really matter. I like the shallot because I find it adds a nice sweetness to this sauce. So we just want to leave that, stir it through, leave it on a low heat at this stage while we focus on our chicken. So I'm just going to move that to one side. Here I've got a large chicken, and all I've done with my fingers, some of you may remember, if you're my age, I'm 52 now, Fanny Craddock, she used to do a Christmas episode, and on one of them she did this. She was like pinching the skin. I remember as a kid laughing, thinking, what on earth's going on? And actually my wife and I still watch those Christmas episodes even now. But it is quite useful because you want to loosen that skin from the actual meat so that you can get your fingers in there. And we want to take some of our curry paste. It gets a little bit messy, this. And I want to get some underneath that skin so that we're getting maximum flavour all over this bird. So just using your hands, push it up as far as you can. You're never going to get it everywhere in the chicken, but you want to get as much in there as you can for sure. So just pushing it all the way down into the sort of thigh as well. This is going to really flavour up this bird nicely. And again, you want to smear the outside as well. Just a nice coating. That's it. We've got plenty of this paste to go around, so don't be shy with it. And I'm going to flip it over and do the same on the other side. My wife's going to go mad. It's spilling everywhere. That's fine. It's all flavour. Okay, that's it. And then here I've got a lime which I've just cut in half. And then I've got 2 more lemongrass sticks, which I actually bash. And if you bash them, you really get a lot of flavour out of those. And we want to put those into the cavity of that chicken. That's it. We're going to use those limes again a bit later on. They won't be wasted, and they're going to flavour that chicken up even more. So those onions now are starting to soften down nicely. So to that, I want to add some of our curry paste. Now, you can be as generous with this as you want, and I certainly like to be generous. So I'm going in with probably a good 2 tablespoons there. Actually, do you know what? 2.5, and they're large tablespoons as well. Just going to turn this heat down a touch. It's a little bit high, and stir that through. And the aromatics are just unbelievable. Love that smell. And it's not an eye burner either. It's just a really nice smell, and I'm sure the flavour is going to be great too. And that's it. Just cook that down for about a minute or so. So that's cooking away nicely. We're now going to go in with 2 400-gram tins of coconut milk. So that's 1. This stuff, it sort of thickens up. So get yourself a spoon, definitely. You don't want to waste any of that goodness. So that's 1 tin and 2 tins. Again, depending on how many people you're feeding, you can always adjust this. If there's only a couple of you eating, then of course, just do the 1 tin, cut down on all of the quantities. That's it. That's about all I can get out of there. And then just give that all a nice stir through, just to incorporate it. And once that starts to bubble away, this is optional, but I always add it. I like a bit of sweetness with that heat. It's a tablespoon of brown sugar there. Just stir that through again. Then to that, I'm adding sweet potato. Now, I've cut mine into large chunks. That's only because my wife doesn't like sweet potato. It makes it easier for her to fish it out. Plus the fact it takes a little bit longer to cook, and I don't want it to go to mush because these are going to be in there the entire time that this is cooking in the oven. Again, just stir it through, and then I'm just adding about 100 millilitres of chicken stock. And we can always add more later. If you find that this reduces too much, you can always add more. And then lastly, we're going to add our chicken, and that's just going to sit straight on the top there. The beauty of this dish is you end up with a mix of almost poached chicken and roasted chicken, and all of the juices from that chicken are going to end up in that lovely Thai green curry sauce. So this now needs to go into the oven for an initial 50 minutes. After 50 minutes, we're then going to take it out and we're going to add some other bits and bobs in there. Okay, so our chicken has had its initial 50 minutes and it's taken on a lovely colour. Don't be concerned if you see the colours darker than your standard roast chicken, because it's going to be, because we've put obviously a curry paste on the inside and the outside. So it's going to make it that little bit darker. I just want to take it out of here for a second. What I want to do is just get those limes out. Hopefully, he says, somewhere in here. Do you know what? I'll use a spoon, might be a bit easier. I feel like a doctor here. Hold on. Where are you? There it is. Okay. And just squeeze those limes into that sauce. We're going to use all of that flavour. Going to add a lovely lime, extra lime flavour to that. And then just give it a little stir around. At this stage, it's a good time to sort of adjust the flavours. You might want some more fish sauce in there. Your sauce might be a little bit too thick and you want to thin it down. You can use some of that reserved chicken stock that we had. So let's just try it. It's lovely. And it's not too spicy at all. It's the perfect heat and sweetness. That is lovely. And my potatoes are just right, because this has obviously got some more cooking time to go. So this stage, you want to add in the rest of your veg, if you are adding in more veg. And today I'm adding in some courgette. I had it left over in the fridge and I think it works perfectly with this dish. So I've just diced it again into quite sizable chunks. And I was going to use an aubergine, but when I went to cut into it, to chop it up, it was rotten, so I've thrown it away. But if you want to make this a little bit more authentic, of course you could use things like pea aubergines, some green beans, really whatever you like, depending on your taste. So let's just give that courgette a little stir in. Make sure that's nicely submerged as well. And this is now ready almost to go back in the oven. Let's put our chicken back on, and my little bit of lemongrass that came out there. Let's get that back on. And that's going to go now back into the oven, still at that 180C fan, I suspect for about 20 to 30 minutes or until that chicken is cooked through. So the internal temperature is reading at 74 degrees C. Okay, so we are done. It took a further 25 minutes and that chicken is cooked to perfection. The veg are nice and tender, but not overdone. Again, any excess liquid and juices from that chicken straight back into that pot. And let's cut into this. Let's see how that chicken's turned out. Oh, that is lovely. Lovely and tender. And I can tell it's going to be really tasty because I can see that curry paste under that skin. And let's get that into our bowl. And here I've just got some jasmine rice, which will go beautifully with that chicken. And then spoon over some of our lovely sauce there. And there is plenty of it to go around, that is for sure. A little bit more of the sweet potato, and I'm making a mess here. It's all over the bench, and just a few coriander leaves scattered around, and there we have it. My roast chicken Thai green curry tray bake. Let's give it a whirl. Let's see how this tastes. Try a little bit of one of those sweet potatoes. They've absorbed all that lovely coconut milk and Thai green curry flavour, and they're cooked perfectly. They're not mushy, which is exactly what we're looking for. Courgette. Same thing, got a nice little bite to it, not mush, perfect, still got its flavour, and again has taken on that lovely flavour. Now for the main event, the chicken. Let's give that a whirl. Oh yeah, that is beautifully succulent. Cooking it this way just works so well. It doesn't dry out the bird at all because it's in that liquid and that lovely sauce. It's just keeping it really, really juicy all the time. And that sauce is something else. As I said before, it's not spicy. For me, I definitely could have added a few more chilies and I'd have been happy as a clam, but it is really, really nice, perfectly balanced and works wonderfully with that chicken. Guys, that's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share and comment. It really does help the channel and is much appreciated. Please do let me know down in the comments also, is there anything else you would have done differently if you're making this dish? What additions would you put in, or what might you take out? I'll put all of the details of today's roast chicken Thai green curry tray bake down in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.